Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a table that determines the starting position for each account type and then build a linkage column to the trial balance so that we can use the old and new sequence column to return the final account position. Here we create an old sequence column that is matched with this column in the trial balance. This column is called income statement sequence, and it's already pre-numbered the accounts layout sequence. It's coming from this complicated formula. At this moment, you only need to know we've already come up with the layout order. We'll explain in details in the next video. Basically, it's following the numerical order based on the accounts type. So in the income statement, if the number inside the rows of column C is less than or equal to the maximum of the sequence in this column, in this case it is 5, the last item travel expenses 9,200. If the number inside the row is less than or equal to 5, then I generate the row number with the row formula. Otherwise, if the number is not less than or equal to 5, then it returns a dash. That's the dash that you see here. With the old sequence, we can now return the account type. We need the account type to lay out the accounts in the later stage. Here we use the index match formula to point to the target column, which is this one from the trial balance, the account type column. We know we are looking for the account type column. Now we need to match the current old sequence, which is this blue cell. I didn't lock it because I want to let it change when it scrolls down. We use this blue cell to match with the one under this column from the trial balance. So for sequence 1, we should get this row. If the old sequence is 2, I also look up from the same column in the trial balance. When we look at the formula, we know that we use the old sequence to match with the sequence column from the trial balance. Again, we use the if error to return dash for rows outside our range. The old sequence and the type column are called linkage with trial balance. With the trial balance linkage created, we now need to determine the account's starting position. Here I manually type out the account types in ascending order. These type names are coming from the account type column from the trial balance. Here I have to return the counts of accounts for each account type. For simplicity, I rank the account types numerically so that I don't need to type out the account types in the formula. Here you see the blue cell, which is the current cell. If the current cell is 3 or 5, then it will count 1 because these total accounts can only be 1. Otherwise, we use the COUNTIF to return the number of counts for each account type. Here for the sales text, when we go back to the trial balance account type column, then we come up with the 2 counts for sales text type. Here we have 3 general admin expenses. That's why you see 3 here. Once we know the number of accounts for each type, we can work out the account's starting positions. The first account must start at position 1, so when cell J2 is equal to 1, that means the first account of the sales type will have the starting position at 1. When the current cell is more than 1, and the count is more than 0, let's say for type 3, the blue cell is more than 1 and the red cell is more than 0, then we add 1 to the sum of the purple area, which is 1 plus 2 plus 0 and 1. So 1 plus 3 and then minus the current red one, then 4 minus 1 equals 3. One more example, let's say general admin. In the formula, 1 plus the purple area, 2 plus 1 plus 3, which is 1 plus 6 equals 7. 7 minus the current red 3 to get 4 here. Now, with this table, we generate the new sequence column. This new sequence column will be based on the position specified in the table we just created. Here we only show the 5 types: sales, cost of goods sold, gross profit, general admin, and the operating income. We know the first account in the sales type starts from 1 and it has 2 accounts. So I should start from 1 and 2. The first sales and the second sales, that's why you see 1 and 2 here. We don't have cost of goods sold because the count is 0. For gross profit, we assign 1 cell to it. So the starting position becomes 3. And the accounts based on type should be like this. Let's take a look at the new sequence formula. Here we use the COUNTIF to come up with the current row number like this, 1, 2. Then we add the starting position, the red area, by index match with the account type name using the current account type, the blue one. So for the first sales account, we trace to the table here and we get the count equals to 1. So it's 1 plus 1 and minus 1, which is 1. That's why you see 1 here. Now for the second one, it's 2 plus 1 and minus 1, which is 2. Now we have to return the GL account number. These GL account numbers will serve as a reference to return the account description in different languages. Okay, let's take a look at the formula. Following the index part is our target column, which is the GL account number column. When we match the current old sequence to the trial balance income statement sequence column, in this case, the old sequence 1 will return the GL account number 8230. When the row scrolls down, it will return all the GL account numbers based on the old sequence number. We simply generate a numerical sequence with the rows formula. Then we create a display type column. When we look at the formula, if this blue cell is equal to 3 or 7, which is determined here, the yellow one 3 or 7, then we index match to look up for the gross profit and the operating income. If the blue cell is other than 3 or 7, we'll look up from the green column using the match formula to match the blue cell to the new sequence pink column, where 1 returns sales type, 2 is also sales, and 4 should return general admin, and the result should be like this.